NFL on EA Sports. Just to come their way. It's the Red.
Afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove him to the NFL. On EA Sports. With me as always, Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's
Here's Steven Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And we are underway in Foxborough. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 20. With 263 in Week 6, and he's got him on a 4-game winning streak right now.
And now, of course, the fans are loving what they're seeing from Kirk Cousins because 4 wins in a row make you a better quarterback. But I love his attitude about things. Whether they're losing or winning, he always has the same philosophy. I always have something to prove.
Now the first carry for Matt Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The 23-year-old Jones had a career day in Week 6, 135 yards, tying his career high. He hit pay dirt once as well.
And, of course, the team needed what he provided in this game. But the fans probably needed it as well because I know early in the season they were wondering if letting Alfred Morris go to Dallas was a good move. But Matt Jones keeps playing like this, including that big run to ice the game in the end. They won't ask for it much more after that. Really nice game from Matt Jones. An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. It's a pickup of 21. And the Redskins are going to get a first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now Thompson. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit.
That'll throw on first. This is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now Cousins. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Jabal Sheard able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And this will be play number 10 on this pretty long opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
All right, here comes Tom Brady and
from Tom Brady. All right. And what I'm enjoying watching from him now is how he's incorporating everyone into the passing game. Gronk, Martellus Bennett, Edelman, anyone who finds themselves open is likely to get the football from Tom Brady.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Brady will try again on 2nd down. Going underneath to Blunt. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Have we yet met a receiver that wasn't excited about getting a chance to play with Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
And Martellus Bennett bringing his considerable skills to New England now. Going to hook up with Mr. Brady for another completion here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. On third down, Cousins. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. And keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
First down and goal to go from the 7. Now Jones. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder from 6 yards away. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, last week we talked about Gronk being happy to have number 12 back under center. He heard us and said, you ain't seen nothing yet. Career high 162 yards in week 6.
Healthy again, has Tom Brady back. So you know that brings out all of his inner Gronkness. And when he is playing at that level, look out. He's having fun out there again. And, boy, he's producing it at a really high level. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first.
Rob Gronkowski. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, 63 yards. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. And, you know, you and I praise tight ends in today's game a lot for being just like a bigger-bodied wide receiver. Boy, a play that long from that position, you just didn't used to see that as much.
No, you were really just counting on the tight end position to catch the football and get what they got on the catch. And now it's the run after the catch that makes them so dangerous. Hard to bring those big guys down when they get rolling.
Couldn't bring him down here. Got into the end zone. And that makes it 14-10. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good.
He's going to go. Mac Jones. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones, 75 yards. And the Redskins have once again taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Screen pass to Blunt. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it gives the Pats a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The wideout, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And he rifles one incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And now it's 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. Right side. That's complete to Gronkowski. And he's brought down. 19 yards on the pickup.
When all else fails. You find big 87. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Tom Brady doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Patriots have retaken the lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. Here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On second down, it's Jones. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola for New England. This is taken at the 23. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Patriots take over. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down in offense.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Here's Brady. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike. It's a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One man in the backfield. That's Jones. 2nd down, Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Allen Jalen Branch coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Redskins now, their defense coming back onto the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
Brady gives now to Blunt. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
Brandon, with the way things are going with Tom Brady finding Gronk as many times as he has in this game and the team is winning, you think at some point maybe even Brady would do the Gronk dance?
Well, if he does that Gronk dance, Davis, that means you have to do that Gronk dance.
Trust me, partner, no one wants to see me do the Gronk dance.
You're right.
No one.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300...
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Matt Ioannidis, the rookie from Temple, in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we're through 1. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Brady now on 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. One man in the backfield, that's Jones.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
No bad.
I don't know about that. It's super tough.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Will Compton, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
It's a gain of 7, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, partner, we're through week 6, so let's stir that MVP pot. Who are you liking right now?
Sam Bradford, Minnesota. Ezekiel Elliott, Dallas. Julio Jones, Atlanta. Matt Ryan, Atlanta. Dark horse, Dak Prescott in Dallas, and you have to give the defense some love. What about Von Miller?
Yeah, Von Miller too, but how about that? A couple guys from Atlanta, a couple from Dallas. Those offenses humming right now. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They go play action. Cousins. And this is caught by Jackson. Spinning again. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down. He's going to go. Matt Jones. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of